said in my day 9 scripture blessing that I wasn't going to do any more videos. This weekend is Mother's Day. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I am going to do one more. This one's a processing for anybody that's out there that's a mom, and Mother's Day is not going to be warm, fuzzy, feel good day. I'm in a unique situation. I've shared in previous videos whether they got sent out, whether they got tweaked, whether they got redirected or whatever. But I have been going through a deconstructing of behaviors that I learned growing up as a female. I love my mother, and there is the scriptures: honor your father and your mother, that your years may be long. But there is also another scripture in the New Testament in 2 different places that is: honor your father and mother, and parents, do not provoke your children to anger. Do not make your children, anyway, whichever version you read. I would like to say that I had warm fuzzy all the time with my mother, and that my mother is my best friend. But it's not. There were more arguments and confrontations than there was sitting and just having a casual conversation. And because of that, I learned that. And I passed it down to my kids. I also learned other behaviors that with my older one, I became aware of as he started as he started growing into a teenager. I learned that. I learned, and I paid attention and realized that's not the way a mother should be. I didn't have grandmothers. And the aunts that I had, the aunts that I had in my life were very restricted on interacting with me as a child and growing up. I'm thankful for the one that took me under her wing, and I would go with her to Vacation Bible School, where she would lead a certain type of grouping at Vacation Bible School. I got to help her with that. I'm thankful for that. The other 2, I never really had that much interaction as I got older. As I got older, restrictions were, and I don't understand. But that was my upbringing, and I passed it along to my kids. And for any parents that are out there that are raising children, that have multiple children, and you find yourself in a not so good situation with the marriage, your children are not your confidant. Your children are not the ones that you lean on whenever you're having issues with your spouse. I had that from my mother, and I passed it. Unfortunately, my oldest caught a lot and was a shoulder with what I was going through with my second husband and the addiction. And I struggled with him because he's trying to navigate a divorce between husband's house and or between dad's house and between mom's house. Rules were always different. So he struggled with that, and I did what I could, being my firstborn. So I tried to get him involved and pursue and encourage and help him pursue his interest. But I always had the two younger ones with me, the two younger children. So there never really was any just me and him time growing up. So that way I could pour into him and just see him as an individual. I always had the two younger ones. And after an event where husband number two passed out on the couch downstairs and the front door was locked, and I had the youngest that shouldn't have been crawling up and downstairs, but yet he was crawling up and downstairs while the other one was while daddy was passed out on the couch. Just I couldn't leave the two younger ones at home with him. Then there was another one where he crawled in the fireplace with the fire still going while I wasn't there, while I had took the older one for karate, for taekwondo lessons. Fortunately, sister got him out. But as a parent, as a mama, it's important that you spend time with each one of your kids. I messed that up with the oldest. I didn't, and I can't get that time back. He's married. He has a family now. I'll never get it back. On top of the dynamics with his dad's side of the family. It is what it is. Daughter, the middle one, she goes into addiction after she graduates. I've still got one still in school, so I'm wrapped up in her. Completely enamored and everything I possibly can with her, but I got the younger one. So I kind of overlooked the younger one while trying to handle the middle one, my daughter. Even though before, while they were still in school, I would take times, and one day I would spend time with the youngest son, and then another day I would spend time with the daughter. Even though there was those days that I did that, I still overlooked the younger one. So if you got anybody that you have wrapped, and as a codependent, that's what we do, is we become so enamored and so wrapped up and so enmeshed with if we have a problem child or if we have a wayward child, we become so enmeshed with them that they become our whole thing of existence, and we completely tune everything else out. As a mama that has already went through that, and if you're experiencing that, you need to find a way to set a boundary, set a healthy boundary. Excuse me. Set a healthy boundary so that way you are not completely enamored with that problem child, and that the one that's still with you, or the one that's still on the right side of things, knows that you still see them and that they're not cast off as an extra somewheres. You know, it wasn't until God opened my eyes and showed me, because I was enamored with daughter, that I had to put the boundary, and it hurts. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. It hurts. It's one of the most painful things to have to do, to tell somebody that's destroying themselves and taking you down with them, that you have to put them at an arm's length until they want to help themselves, because you can't do it for them. The part of why I'm doing this is because the shirt that I got on, you see, it's 2019, and I'm not covering the church up this time, because this one, it was a good place, but I ruined. I let the church hurt. I let certain people within the church cause pride or throw up some offenses and some issues. But the day before, this was a serve day that we did, and the day before, I had put that boundary up for my daughter, and it was it was hard. And surprisingly, she wasn't there the next day. Not surprisingly, kind of yeah, kind of no, but so mamas, if you're out there and you find yourself in a sea of despair, not sure what to do, especially if you got prodigals. If you got prodigals, and I'm not going to tell you what's the right way and what's the wrong way, because every situation is different. Every person that is every wayward child has different personalities, different experiences that has shaped them. Just like you as a mama has had your life experiences and your situations and your upbringing that has shaped you. And then as you've married or co-parented with a spouse, with your husband, you have his upbringing and his experiences that he's bringing into the marriage. And and if you have a blended family where you have children from previous marriages and then you have children of your marriage, that's a whole new dynamic as well, because that was my second marriage. I had one from her previous marriage. Husband number 2 had 2 from her previous marriage, and then we had 2 together. So altogether we had 5 kids. And when we were together, blended families was not very well talked about, and they were not very well broadcast or aware of. I think it's gotten a lot better now, but and that's another thing. It's amazing how all these people that don't have children, how they are so full of advice, especially with blended. I got told quite regular by my sister-in-law at the time that whenever his 2 came to visit, they didn't have to do chores. They shouldn't have to do chores. They were there to visit their daddy. Interestingly, this is the one that was in charge of the will that was wrote 4 months after we were married. Yeah. And yet they want to know why. So it's hard. It's tough. Just know that it does. The dynamics may change. And as you walk through the pain, and as you process, I'm not going to say that it gets better, but I will say that the pain doesn't ache and doesn't overwhelm as much anymore. It's still there, but it's just not as, you don't feel like you're drowning in water. You don't feel like you're struggling to breathe. As a mama, if you genuinely care about your kids, and you want the best for them, your heart hurts. But there are those mamas out there that they have the favoritism, and there's always the one that's the apple of their eye, and everybody else is shunned. And that would be my that would be my situation. Because no matter what I have done, and what I have tried to do, and how much effort I have tried to put in, it's never enough. And I'm the one that's the messed up, and the poor pitiful me. They have to bail me out. And my brother, he's I'm sitting there struggling with my kids, and he's still married, and his kids are making great grades and achieving all sorts of things in school, but yet he's still struggling. He still needs help. Or he's making wrong decisions, but yet he's the one that they turn to. And that's okay. After all these years, I've been able to step back. Can I say it doesn't hurt? No, I can't. It still aches, but it's not a debilitating, take my breath away hurt anymore like it used to. Or sick to my stomach, every part of me aching, and my head hurting, aching. Physical. It's not physical anymore. It's more of the emotional and just my heart. So if you're struggling this Mother's Day, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to sit and to just go ahead and let the full emotion out, process it, let it run its course. Don't sit there, don't stuff it down. And if you have people expecting you to show up and to explain, or that you're expected to be the distraction from everything that's going on, or that you're expected to be the entertainment that they're supposed to be able to jab and poke, to jab and poke at you, and you just sit there and take it, you're allowed to not go. You're allowed to stay home. Or if you do choose to go, you are allowed to get up and leave. But you don't have to sit there and take it. You are a person, that you are worth something, that you are valuable, that you are a person that God created, that you are fearfully and wonderfully created by God, and that He gave you this day, and that you have a plan and a purpose. And if you don't have a relationship with God, just know that He has a plan and a purpose for you, and He wants so much for that relationship with you. But you have to make that choice. He's not going to force it. He's not going to beat you over the head like some parents do. He's not gonna cram it down your throat. He's not the God of you're gonna obey me or I'm gonna smack you. He doesn't do that. He's not that type of a God. He is a holy and a just God. But he doesn't, he'll step back and let you reap the consequences. But he's loving. And if you are a mom and you have children that's not around, or that they have their own life and that you're not a part of it, don't force it. Because the more you try to explain and the more you try to put yourself in their life, the more resentful and the more that they're gonna have problems with it. Just let things fall as it is. With me, I know that I passed it along. My mother's, I learned them well and I passed them along well. Because I refuse, it's ostracized me from my kids. Plus two, me being the one that's trying to produce and get them to act right and teach them right and wrong, and their daddies manipulated and didn't care and didn't discipline. They're the fun ones. So you just have to let God take care of the situations and put them in God's hands. You stay in God's hands under his wings of protection. You just know that he loves and cares for each and every one of us. And that regardless of the situations, he works it all out for our good. Whether it be for separation, or whether it's regardless of a separation, whether it be a permanent separation, or maybe restoration on down the road. That is ultimately up to each person. That all you can take care of is you and your circle of influence. And if you have people that just continue wanting to explanations, they heard you. They know. Just have enough self-respect and hold your head up high and stop explaining. Because if they really wanted to understand, and if they really wanted you involved and part of their life, you wouldn't be the one doing all the work. You wouldn't be the one having to meet them. You wouldn't be the one having to constantly going across the bridge. It would be mutual. Just hold your head up and just keep walking. On that, this will probably be the last video. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of, this is a fake platform as far as I'm concerned. Working in a law firm, that was the beginning of realizing that there are fake, and that there is things out there that they're taking your work and putting somebody else's name on it. Pretty sure from the law firm to the juvenile detention to working in the frame shop at a local retail, pretty sure that I have been restricted and I have not been, and everybody else has been getting the effort that I put out, and I'm getting just crumbs. This is me, while everybody else makes themselves look like this. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of putting it out. I'm tired of putting my effort out there for somebody else and their benefit. Well, I get just crumbs. I have enough respect. So this will be my last video. Still a work in progress. I have been restricted. I have been isolated. There are no people. So I'm just I've created it. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it now.